Thanks, Yaila. Hey, y'all, I'm Peyton. And as Yaila mentioned, I channel the Pleiadians. So when I checked in with the Pleiadians to see what the coming weeks have in store for us, the first thing they had to say is that March is going to be a month of great change. They said it is going to be a time of great excitement. And so one of the first things they wanted us to know about the energies in March is they said that they wanted the human collective to know that a lot of the darkness that has been very ingrained in our planet for a long time has now gone. It is not on the planet anymore. And so they said that if we are interested in confirming this, just feel into the energy of your planet. So they wanted us to know that many of what we have talked so much about in the spiritual community over the past however many years, darker energies, energies of control, all those fun things that we talk about all the time, most of those energies are now gone. And they said, if you tap into the energy of our planet, into Earth, we will be able to feel that. And so there is definitely an energy that is much lighter than it has been for a long time. And they wanted us to understand why that was. Now, the second thing they had for us in March is they said we are going to start seeing the matrix breaking down in very obvious ways. They said the veil between worlds is very, very thin right now. So in March, they said what we can expect is to easily see through the matrix. They said it's going to be very easy for all of you who are doing your inner work, who are part of the awakened community, to see through the hologram. So the way that this is going to show up, they said, is they encouraged us to look at anything we are seeing in the outside world, anything that we are being told by our information platforms, by our systems of authority. They encouraged us to look at that through the eyes of our intuition, because they said an interesting thing is going to happen in March. We are going to be able to see very easily what is true, what is false, and what is complete charade, what is hologram, what is AI. They said you are going to be surprised in March how easy it is for you to tell the difference. So what they are encouraging us to do in March is not believe anything we hear from the outside world until we run it through our intuition. They said March is a month to live in your intuition, because you are going to see very easily through anything that is false, that is based in deception. So as you start to look at this, it starts to get really funny. You start to see things that you were kind of oblivious to before. And one way I am noticing this is as I go through social media. I am just scrolling through social media and I am just instantly getting hits that, yes, this is true. No, this is false. This is completely AI. It's not even real. I'm actually getting instantaneous downloads. And they said this is available to everyone. So practice this, look at the world around you, any information sources that you're tuning into, and look at it through the eyes of your intuition instead of your senses. They said March is going to start to get really entertaining. So that's something kind of fun that is coming up for us in March. Now, along with this, along with the energy changes that we are going to see, one of the side effects, they said, in March, we may experience issues with our memories. So you may notice that you are having trouble remembering the simplest things. And what they said is happening there is we are not in the same world that we were in even a few weeks ago, even a few months ago. We have made such a huge timeline jump recently that we're having trouble accessing memories from the old timeline. And y'all, I am totally seeing this. My husband and I, we will be talking and we will both be forgetting things that literally just happened. So they wanted us to know, if this happens to you, don't be alarmed. You're not losing your mind. This is a symptom of the energy shift we have gone through. So if you notice issues with your memory in March, they wanted to let us know kind of what the cause is behind that. And it is because we are literally in a new world, is what they said. Now, a few other things that are going to go along with the March energies is they did want us to know that those people who are not doing their work, those people who are still very attached to the matrix, they said they are going to continue to have a very challenging time. Or what the Pleiadians said is they are going to continue to panic a little bit in these energies. So what they said is if you are part of the awakened community, if you are doing your work, you are not going to be bothered by this. It's not really going to affect you because you're going to see through it. So you're not going to get into fear over stories that aren't true, but other people are going to. So they wanted us to know in March that it'll be very natural for some of our less awakened friends and family and people in the world may be tempted to cling to lightworkers and starseeds. So you may notice that your friends who are maybe not so much into doing their inner work are starting to get very clingy. And again, this is because they are going to be drawn to your energy. So what the guides had to say about that is they said March is all about boundaries. So this is a time where we don't want to let other people drain our energy. That's going to be very important in March. So March is going to be all about listening to our intuition and listening to our bodies. And the other thing they wanted us to know we can expect in March, they said that lightworkers and starseeds are going to start to experience a huge upswing in their confidence. So if you are someone who has always felt a little separated, a little isolated, and so many of us on our spiritual journey have felt like that for really a long time, they said expect to start feeling incredibly confident in your path, in your purpose, and in what you are here to do. They said, as lightworkers and starseeds, you are leading your collective. Even though it doesn't feel like it, you are absolutely leaders. And you're going to start to, in March, embrace that role rather than hide from it. So if you are someone who has struggled with fitting in, they said March, you can expect to see you're feeling much more confident in who you are, much more willing to stand in your truth and just let other people have their own experience with that. So confidence is going to be increasing in March. And the other thing that they wanted us to know for March, because the theme, of course, is look at everything through the eyes of your intuition. Don't blindly believe anything you are told these days, because much of it is not even true. What they said, and I loved this little quote, they said, your imagination is more powerful than the matrix. And they said, your imagination is your reality. So that's what they had for us in March, a little bit of encouragement, which I always like to hear.